Yeah, I suppose we can. Mr. Winters has not been in mental health work that much. Okay. Mr. Gates.
Yes, ma'am.
Indicate to accept patients charging you with domestic violence, disorderly conduct, and domestic violence criminal damage.
Great project for you when you're not busy. Sure. So it's a-
All right, your next court date on these matters is going to be Thursday, the 6th at 8:30 in the morning. Your bond is $500. No acts of domestic violence, no alcohol or drugs, no firearms or weapons, no contact with Clara or Arizona. You don't go to their residence or workplaces. And Stan Fitzgerald is appointed to represent you. If you post the bond, you need to contact your probation officer immediately. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
The hearing is in Green Valley Justice Court.
Green Valley Justice Court? Oh, man. Okay,
That's what it tells me,
okay.
because it's based on where it occurred. All right, thank you, Mr. Gates.
Okay. Ready?
Your Honor, Mr. Civientos, was he released or held on bond?
He was held on a $500 bond.
Your Honor, the next one, Garcia David refused tonight.
Who else did?
Garcia David James.
Okay. I think that's 14 almost. Yeah, just turn it sideways or something. Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you are?
Erica Milner.
We're way out of order. Jail, it's helpful if you let us know. And do we have defense counsel present?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Right, Alma, I need 15.
No, okay, they have me in medical. Oh, okay, so, okay, and I'm your release, does they need to set some affairs in orders? Okay, great. Okay.
Mills Milner, I have preliminary here, interim complaint here charging you with third-degree burglary alleged to have occurred on the 18th of February. We'll appoint Cornelia Honchar to represent you on these charges. Did either counsel wish to be heard on conditions?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
No, Judge.
Your next court date on this matter is going to be June 24th at 1:30 in the afternoon. You'll be released to the third-party custody of pretrial services under their enhanced supervision program, which is going to include a substance abuse and behavioral health assessment and treatment. You won't return to any Circle K stores. And you will not possess any vaping products or supplies. Do you understand that?
You said, what's the last part about vaping products? Okay,
Vaping products or supplies. Again, a preliminary hearing dates June 24th at 1:30.
okay,
Thank you, Ms. Milner.
thank you.
So Jill, do we have anybody else out of order, or should we be going in order from here?
So, Your Honor.
No, that doesn't really answer my question.
What's your name?
Para.
Oh.
Nice to meet you.
We have Mr. Para here, Judge.
All right. Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are?
Para? Question for me? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
My name is Nomar Para.
Mr. Pata, an in complaint here charging you with aggravated domestic violence alleged to have occurred on or about May 26th.
Yes, Your Honor. Oh, sorry.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Will appoint public defender's office to represent you on these charges. Just need to check on something. Neither counsel wish to be heard on conditions.
Nothing to add from the state, Your Honor. Thank you.
Yes, Judge. We're asking for, oh, should I go ahead?
Yes,
Judge, we're asking for a $3,000 bond. Mr. Butler has long ties to the community. Additionally, he is being held on some misdemeanor charges, I believe. And also he has an ICE hold, so we're asking for a $3,000 bond.
all right, one of the things I believe the misdemeanor charges will be dismissed under this docket. They appear to be the same case number. Looks like they're being refiled as felony.
Judge, we're, because of the ICE hold, we're asking for the $3,000 bond.
All right, permanent hearing date is June 14th. at 1:30 in the afternoon. Bond is $10,000. If you post the bond, you'll be in distribution of pretrial services. You're likely to go into immigration custody. No alcohol, illegal drugs, no acts of domestic violence, no contact with the victims. You don't return to the incident location. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Right, thank you.
Like this.
Right here.
Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you are?
Romel Charles Pilkington.
Mr. Pilkington. We have an interim complaint here charging you with aggravated assault on an officer. Appoint public defender's office to represent you on these charges. And did either counsel wish to be heard on condition?
Not from the state, Your Honor, thank you.
Yes, Judge. We're asking for a $2,000 bond for Mr. Pilkington. He is being held in custody and being held without bond. But he is employed, he's employable, so we're asking for a $2,000 bond. And just as a note, he's also very young, he's 24, so we're asking for a $2,000 bond.
Preliminary hearing date's June 14th at 1:30. Bond is $5,000. The bond is posted. You'll be distributed of pretrial services under their enhanced supervision program, which will include behavioral health and substance abuse assessment and treatment, no alcohol or illegal drugs. Thank you, Mr. Pilkington. Should be back to the misdemeanors for a while.
The bell is first. Right there, I think.
Good evening, I'm Judge Shane, and you, sir, are? Your name, sir?
They're talking to me.
Yeah. What's your name?
It's Tyrone LeBon Bell.
Mr. Bell, I have a number of things here for you. I have warrants out of Pima County Justice Court for possession of paraphernalia and shoplifting. Looks like you were supposed to be in court sometime in April.
Oh, no,
And another one from shoplifting from October 5th of 2023.
I had no idea about that shoplifting one.
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain, I ingest, I retain, assess and I change, possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints, money, clout and fame, a disease, a plague, we all love to hate, have to play the
Well, I'm going to appoint John Ellis to represent you on these charges. I'll reduce the bonds to $500. You're not to go to any incident location, possess any alcohol or illegal drugs. Your next court date will be tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Do you still want screen text? Okay. Let me check. Then I have charges out of Tucson City Court.
There's the first thing in public.
Current charges for possession of paraphernalia. Charges from April 18th for possession of paraphernalia, possession of prescription-only drugs, failing to appear on May the 1st. Charge from March the 8th for possession of paraphernalia, failing to appear on April the 30th. Charges for shoplifting and criminal trespass on March the 8th, failing to appear on April the 30th. Your bond on these will be $100. City Public Defender's Office is appointed to represent you. The review hearing on June the 14th. You're out of custody, substance abuse assessment and treatment, no alcohol or drugs, and you don't go back to 5455 East Speedway. Thank you.
All right, Handy, let's see those there.
Val, go ahead, stand up.
Dixon. After the speed down. Speed down.
Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you are?
Blake Dixon.
Mr. Dixon. Citation is charging you with criminal trespass, resisting arrest, and possession of paraphernalia. Alleged it occurred earlier today.
Yeah.
We'll appoint Jill Gookin to represent you on these charges. Set a pretrial for tomorrow at 1 o'clock, $100 bond. You're not to return to the incident location, possess any alcohol or illegal drugs. You do have a felony warrant hold, so you're not going to go anywhere. You just post the $100 bond right now. Thank you, Mr. Dixon.
Thank you.
So, let's see that there. That part for Mr. Handy. Haven't seen that right there.
Yes, sir.
I feel good like this. I just don't feel very good. Oh, well.
Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are?
How you doing? Michael Honeymel?
Mr. Handy, I have
Yes, Bill.
a warrant here out of Marana for shoplifting. It goes back to September of 2019.
I'll go for a clock coming.
Please stay there.
I'm go home. On two. Lock it. We don't want to stay here. We want to come home.
I understand that, but when you failed to appear 4 different times in Marana City Court,
Oh, it's because the reason why pyramid is because I have nowhere to get down there. I don't have nowhere to get to pay no money, no transport bus ticket, nowhere to pay the money to get where to get down all the way down Miranda.
Well, you need to get there. You got there at some other time. Your next court date will be tomorrow at noon. Bond is $250. Janet Altschuler is appointed to represent you, and you need to comply with your behavioral health treatment. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Then I have new charges out of Tucson City Court for criminal trespass, disorderly conduct, and possession of paraphernalia.
The
next stop is Fulton Street.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Please, that wrong is me. Cause you're acting tired, man. Just stay up to go home.
Your bond is $250. Court date will be June 13th at 1:45. You're not to go back to the Fry's Fuel there.
Yes, ma'am.
No alcohol or illegal drugs or paraphernalia. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Right, your bond is $250.
This is a Brooklyn-bound 2
Okay,
express
thank you.
train. The next stop is Fulton
Can you
Street.
tell me?
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Ma'am, it's the red shirt, I think.
This is a Brooklyn.
But there's,
Good evening, I'm Judge Shayette. And we don't have a name for you. What is your name?
ma'am, what's your name?
Sarah Bermudez,
Spell your last name for me, please.
Bermudez,
And your first name
Sarah, Sara,
and your date of birth.
2787.
Focus.
Citations here charging you with 3 counts of disorderly conduct, 1 count of criminal trespass, 1 count of refusing to provide your name, and 1 count of possession of paraphernalia. I'm gonna continue this till tomorrow morning, so that now that you've given your name, they can run and make sure you don't have any other outstanding matters that need to be addressed.
Your Honor, we did run that name and no warrants came back to her. And we do have a mugshot to confirm that warrant, Your Honor, to confirm her name.
Okay. Right now, I show that you've got a bunch of pending things in Tucson City Court, including a court date that you missed yesterday.
Yeah, I stay outside.
But you're also told not to possess any illegal drugs.
I didn't have any drugs on me.
No, but you were charged with having paraphernalia, which is pretty close. What makes me think you're gonna show up in court and you're going to not pick up new charges? Hmm?
I always show up to my court dates.
No, you had one yesterday and you didn't show up.
I wasn't aware of that.
You were given the court date when you were in custody back in April. You were given a court date for May the 2nd. You didn't show up. They continued it once and they sent another order to show cause.
No, I had a court on, it was May. And then I was supposed to go on June 3rd and I wasn't able to make it.
Not being able to make it are not excuses. You need to show up in court.
Okay.
Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am. Your Honor.
Looks like right now you've got an arraignment scheduled for June the 12th in city court for shoplifting and paraphernalia charges. And you have another court hearing scheduled for June 26th at 2:30 on a bunch of other cases. I will give you a chance on this. No alcohol or illegal drugs. You need to get into a substance abuse assessment and treatment. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You don't go back to that Whataburger.
Okay.
You don't go to any Walgreens. I think you were previously told not to do that. No acts of domestic violence, and you need to make all of your court dates. Do you understand that?
So the next court date is June 6th?
No, your next court date on this new matter is July 5th at 8:30 in the morning.
July 5th?
And you'll get paperwork on that. Then you have two court dates pending in city court. One is for citation you got this past weekend. Well, I guess last Thursday. Your court date on that is June the 12th at 8:30 in the morning. And then all those other charges where you didn't appear in court, There's an order of show cause on June the 26th at 2:30. So you need to show up at all of those court dates. Because next time, with the number of things you've got outstanding, you're likely to be held on bond. Do you understand that?
Yes.
But I think the big thing is getting some treatment. Thank you, Ms. Bermudez.
Thank you.
Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you are?
Michael Ray McKill.
Mr. McKelvey, I have a citation here from July 27th of last year for obstructing a highway.
That's not, I was last year, July, obstructing the
Last year in
highway.
July, yep, you're Grady and Escalante.
Grady and Escalante. Where is that at? I don't even know where that's at.
And then failing to appear in court.
Oh, so a citation is a ticket, right?
Yes.
All right, and that means I have to been driving, right?
No,
I don't, oh, what is the citation?
you were walking in the roadway according to this.
Walking the road.
Walking in the roadway holding a knife.
I went to court for that's one of my probation for both of those charges.
No, you might be something related to that, but
Cause
nothing charges.
that same day I got a paraphernalia charge with that charge. And that's when I'm on 3 years.
That's a felony, yeah, and you're being held on that now without bond because apparently you're not in compliance.
So what is the what's that, the ticket or something? I mean, a misdemeanor? The charge that we're talking about now?
Yes.
Oh, so that's probably why. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
All right. While you're in custody, the City Public Defender's Office will be appointed to represent you. Once you're out of custody, they may withdraw that representation. But your next court date's July the 3rd at 9 a.m. If you're in custody, Public Defender's Office will appear on your behalf and inform the court of what's going on with your felony matters. If you're out of custody, you need to appear.
I had a question.
Understand that? Yes.
I was out up here for like almost 6 months. Why did I not have a court date on this charge?
Let's see.
I
I'll
was
go
in
through the file.
custody.
Let me go through. All right. So you got the charges. In July of last year, you were released and given a court date of August the 28th. You didn't appear on August the 28th. They set an order for cause for September the 13th.
I was in custody.
At that point, you were in custody. So they, let me finish.
Okay, yeah, man. Sorry.
So they set a non-transport review hearing for November the 27th. And paperwork should have been sent to you there at the jail.
I never got it.
Let me finish. You were still in custody at that point. So they set another review hearing for December the 18th. Let me finish. December the 18th, you were still in custody. They continued it to February the 29th. At that point, you were no longer in custody. So they withdrew counsel and set a court date for March the 22nd. You didn't appear at that time, so they set an order to show cause for April the 15th, and you didn't appear then. All right, but your next court is July 3rd at 9 o'clock. If you're out of custody, you need to appear. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am. And that will be here in Pima,
Tucson City Court, that's correct.
Sun City? Okay,
Okay, thank you, Mr. McKelvey.
thank you.
We just have a seat out there.
That's a mystery, though.
Have you seen that far corner again?
Where I was at?
The far one. Before I let you up, that same corner.
Fire to make here.
Venables.
Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you are?
City Miguel de Mendivas.
Ms. Mendez. I have a couple of old charges here for you. Charges from February of 2021 for contributing to the dependency of a minor, failing to appear on November 10th of 2022, and charges for criminal trespass, April of 2018, along with a couple of failures to appear. You have a felony hold. I'll release you on these charges. You're not to go back to 2458 North Sycamore. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Your next court date on these matters is July the 8th at 1:30. That will be a non-transport review if you are still in custody. If you are out of custody, you need to appear. Do you understand that?
Ma'am.
Thank you, Ms. Mendez.
And go out there soon, lady. No. Really? Either one. She's down there, but she's the one that's sitting there. Across from the felonies.
Are we back to felonies?
Yes.
Is it Alma now? Yeah.
Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you are?
Good evening, I'm Alma Perez.
Ms. Perez. I've got a stack of things here.
Okay.
I have in a complaint charging you with promoting prison contraband.
Yeah, just don't say anything right now.
Yeah, you don't want to talk about facts of cases. In fact, you don't want to talk about them except in the course of treatment or with your attorney. Second animal complaint charging with possession of dangerous drug, unlawful flight from pursuing law enforcement, and possession of paraphernalia. And Alma, you showed that Perez and Garcia are co-defendants on this matter? Right, we'll appoint the legal defender's office to represent you on these charges. And counsel, you want both PHs on the same day, correct?
Yes, I believe so.
I only ask because on the case where she, as a co-defendant, it'll be an in date. So. Preliminary date is June 14th at 1:30 in the afternoon. You'll be released to the third-party custody of pretrial services under their enhanced supervision program, which will include behavioral health and substance abuse assessment treatment, no alcohol or illegal drugs. No contact with your co-defendant except through legal counsel. Do you understand that? And you'll be released to the pretrial services under their enhanced supervision program, which will include no alcohol or illegal drugs, participation in monitoring and treatment under their supervision, which will include behavioral health. You keep muting the mic. Which will include behavioral health and substance abuse assessment and treatment, and no contact with your co-defendant except through your attorney. Also have warrants out of Nogales Municipal Court. Charges for having an animal at large. That goes back to 2020. February of 2020, and then we have charges for shoplifting from January 21st of 2020.
And Judge, those are both in Nogales?
They're both Nogales Municipal Court, that's correct. Your next court date in Nogales is going to be June the 18th at 9 o'clock in the morning. I understand you need to be present at that time.
Yes, ma'am.
Again, no alcohol or illegal drugs. You don't go back to the incident location. Behavioral health and substance abuse assessment and treatment.
Okay.
And then I have a warrant out of Tucson City Court for theft, alleged to have occurred on or about 27th of January of 2022. And again, a behavioral health and substance abuse assessment and treatment. No alcohol or illegal drugs and no contact with the victim. Great, thank you.
And, Judge, I'm so sorry, what was her court date for the Tucson City Court?
July the 8th at 2.
July the 8th at 2. Thank you.
Great, thank you.
Yes, I have Mary Owens, and I had the SWAT team come
Okay,
after
give me
me.
1 second.
I had the SWAT team come after
Your
me.
name is Waddell.
After
Judge, if we could get just 1 minute to talk, we haven't had a chance to talk
we haven't
yet.
had
Certainly.
time.
Alma. Council on.
Yeah.
Grant
Yes.
is LD, correct?
I'm sorry?
I'm Terry.
Oh,
Shot.
hold on.
Is that correct?
Okay,
I'm sorry,
So we
Judge.
don't want- No, I'm talking to Alma about something else.
Oh,
So on Garcia, we don't want LD. Yep. Okay.
it's perfect sense. Yeah,
all right.
I got,
Okay.
Pardon me? No, David Garcia.
Judge, it looks like Mr. Waddell might need to be seen in the morning.
Okay, hold on a second. I'll tell you what, I'll leave it at LD, but you need to switch one of them before you finalize it. Okay?
Lopez. Siéntate ahí, por favor. Oh,
All right, so you wanted to continue? You wanted to continue, Mr. Waddell?
yeah, let's continue, Your Honor.
yes, Judge. Yeah. Sí.
Evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are?
Buenas noches, hola juez Shader. ¿Cuál es su nombre, señor?
Orlando López Parra.
Orlando López Parra.
Mr. Lopez Parra. I have a warrant here out of Pima County Superior Court.
Señor López Parra, tengo aquí una orden de arresto del Tribunal Superior del Condado de Pima,
Charging you with 3 counts
acusándolo de 3 cargos
of sale, importation, or offer to transport for sale or importation,
para venta, importación, ofrecer para transportar o importar o vender,
sell, transfer, offer to sell or transfer,
para vender, transferir, ofrecer para transferir
a narcotic drug.
una droga narcótica.
These are alleged to have occurred on or about May the 31st of last year.
Eso se supone que se presume que sucedieron alrededor del 31 de mayo del año pasado.
We also have a 4th charge of conspiracy,
Tenemos un cuarto cargo de conspiración
that same time frame,
en el mismo plazo de tiempo,
as well as a charge of illegally conducting an enterprise.
y también un cargo de llevar a cabo un negocio ilícito.
We'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you on these charges.
Vamos a nombrar a la Agencia del Defensor Público para que lo represente a usted para estos cargos.
Set an arraignment date for June the 11th at 1:30 in the afternoon.
Vamos a fijar una fecha para su lectura de cargos para el 11 de junio a la 1:30 de la tarde.
And did either counsel wish to be heard on conditions?
Le preguntan a algunos abogados si tienen algo que decir con respecto a sus condiciones de libertad.
Nothing there from the state, but just note that we're stepping in for the Attorney General's office on this one.
La fiscalía indica que no tiene nada que decir, pero quieren que tome nota que están ahorita representando al procurador general.
Yes, Judge, we're asking for a $4,500 bond in this case. Mr. Parra is fully employed, the charges are nonviolent, and he has an ICE hold.
Señora juez, estamos solicitando una fianza de $4,500 porque el señor Parra está trabajando, tiene tiempo completo empleado, este no es un cargo violento, tiene una detención de inmigración o de ICE.
And he's never been arrested on this before.
Y nunca lo han arrestado para esta causa anteriormente.
So we're asking for a $4,500 bond.
Entonces estamos pidiendo una fianza de $4,500.
Anything further from the state?
¿Algo más de la fiscalía?
No, Your Honor.
No, su señoría, gracias.
Right, bond is $25,000. If the bond is posted, you'll be notified to resume pretrial services.
La fianza, se pone una fianza de $2,500. Si usted paga esta fianza, va a estar bajo la supervisión de la agencia previas al juicio.
You possess no alcohol or illegal drugs.
No debe poseer ninguna bebida alcohólica ni drogas ilícitas.
You're not to leave the state of Arizona without permission of the court.
No, no puede salir del estado de Arizona sin antes autorización de la corte.
Right. Thank you, Mr. Lopez Parra.
Gracias, señor López Parra. Terminamos con su caso.
25,000.
Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are
I'm Joseph Damien Agnew.
Mr. Agnew. I have a warrant out of Pima County Superior Court charging you with 2 counts of aggravated driving under the influence.
Yes,
Under
sir.
the-
No, don't.
Hold on. And while the license is suspended, aggravated driving under the influence of intoxicating liquor, illegal drugs, possession of paraphernalia, possession of narcotics, all alleged occurred on January the 4th of last year. To the point, public defender's office to represent you on these charges that either counsel wish to be heard on conditions.
Not from the state, thank you, Your Honor.
Judge, may I ask if you're inclined to follow pretrial services recommendation?
I will generally let you know if I'm not,
Okay, then nothing to add,
at least
Judge.
in terms of release or hold.
Okay. Nothing to add, Judge.
I'm going to give you another chance and release you to the third-party custody pretrial services under their enhanced supervision program. You are not to drive without a valid license. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
No alcohol or illegal drugs.
Yes, sir.
Behavioral health and substance abuse assessment and treatment. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Agnew.
And Judge, when is his next court hearing?
June the 11th at 1:30.
June the 11th at 1:30. Thank you. Hold on, I have to screen.
Versa.
Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you are
Jeffrey Barstow, Your Honor.
Mr. Barstow, in a complaint charging possession of narcotic drugs, possession of dangerous drugs, possession of paraphernalia. We will appoint public defender's office to represent you on these charges that either counsel wish to be heard further on conditions.
Yes, Your Honor, I would just note, he's on felony probation on 3 cases. He's most likely gonna have a probation hold, mostly asking for, a bond for custody credit.
There is no hold at this time, is that correct?
Your Honor, it looks like we do have the appeal.
Okay. So did either counsel wish to be heard?
Yes, Judge, in light of the hold, we're asking for a $1,000 bond. But for the hold, I would have asked for you to follow pretrial services recommendation, but we're asking for a $1,000 bond to get time credit.
The state has no objection to $1,000, Your Honor.
Preliminary hearing date then will be June 14th at 1:30. You do have a smart court, that's a treatment court hearing on June the 11th at 9. If you post the $1,000 bond and are released, you will be under the third-party custody pretrial services under their enhanced supervision program, which will include no alcohol or illegal drugs, behavioral health and substance abuse assessment and treatment. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Barstow.
James. Where's James at?
Claire? James?
Jamie.
No, this is, McCabe.
Claire. Claire?
Doesn't see you, but
Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you are?
James Claire.
Mr. Clare, I have interim complaints charging with aggravated driving under the influence of intoxicating liquor or drugs, unlawful use of means of transportation, possession of dangerous drugs, possession of cargoes for sale, possession of paraphernalia, misconduct involving weapons, being possessor and possession of a firearm, misconduct involving weapons, being possession of a firearm during a drug offense. Will appoint Public Defender's Office to represent you on these charges, and did either counsel wish to be heard on conditions?
Not from the state, thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, Judge. We're asking for Mr. Clare's release to pretrial services, or in the alternative, if you're not inclined, we're asking for a $4,000 bond. The charges are nonviolent. Mr. Clare is disabled and he has doctor's appointments that he has to get to related to his disability. And if he were released, he'd go home. If you're released, he has friends that he can stay with. So we're asking for his release to pretrial, or in the alternative, a $4,000 bond.
Preliminary hearing date is June 14th at 1:30. Bond is $15,000. Bond is posted, will be an decision of pretrial services. That will include substance abuse assessment and treatment. You're not to drive without a valid license. You're not to possess any alcohol or illegal drugs, any firearms or weapons. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
I also have stack of files here for you out of Tucson City Court. I have charges from November 27th of last year for possession of paraphernalia along with failures to appear. Charges from November 3rd of 2020 for shoplifting, along with failures to appear. Charges for possession of paraphernalia on May 2nd, of 2020, along with failures to appear. Charges of possession of paraphernalia on May the 11th of 2023, along with failures to appear. Charges for possession of paraphernalia on August 17th of 2020, along with multiple failures to appear. And charges for possession of paraphernalia on August 4th of 2021, along with failures to appear. Because you are in custody on the felony matters, we'll appoint the City Public Defender's Office to represent you on these charges. We'll set pretrial non-transport review for July 17th at 9 o'clock. If you're out of custody, you need to appear, and your attorney will probably be withdrawn at or prior to that time. Once you're out of custody. If you're out of custody, substance abuse assessment and treatment, you don't go back to 67 East Broadway. And again, no alcohol or no drugs, no firearms or weapons. Thank you, Mr. Clare.
Can I stand up?
Okay.
Good evening. I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are Mr. McKay. Interim complaint charging with possession of narcotic drugs, possession of dangerous drugs, possession of paraphernalia, and promoting and contraband. We'll appoint Public Defender's Office to represent you on these charges, and either counsel wish to be heard on conditions.
No, Judge.
Up for the state, John. Thank you.
Preliminary hearing date's going to be June 24th at 1:30 in the afternoon, Pima County Justice Court. He'll be released to the third-party custody of pretrial services under their enhanced supervision program, which will include behavioral health and substance abuse assessment and treatment, no alcohol and illegal drugs. Do you understand that?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
I also have a warrant out of Pima County Justice Court for shoplifting, along with failures to appear. One more chance to appear on this matter. That will be July the 5th at 8:30 in the morning in the Pima County Justice Court. Again, no alcohol or illegal drugs. You don't go back to the store involved in this matter. And bring proof of behavioral health and substance abuse assessment and any treatment. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Right. Thank you, Mr. McCabe.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Oliver. Right,
Good evening. I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are
Jay Oliver.
Mr. Oliver. I have a number of things here. Start with warrant out of Pima County Superior Court for possession of narcotic drugs and offer to sell narcotic drugs. Alleged to occurred on or about September the 9th of 2020, actually August the 9th of 2023. We'll appoint Public Defender's Office to represent you on these charges. Set an arraignment date for June the 11th at 1:30 in the afternoon. And did either council wish to be heard on conditions?
Not from the state, John.
Yes, Judge. Okay, Judge, so we're asking for Mr. Oliver's release to pretrial, or in the alternative, if you're not inclined, a $1,000 bond. He has long ties to Tucson. The charges are nonviolent. And he appears to have a nonviolent history. So we're asking for release to pretrial or a $1,000 bond.
Bond will be $2,500. You post the bond, you'll be distributed pretrial services under their enhanced supervision program, which will include behavioral health and substance abuse assessment and treatment, no alcohol or illegal drugs. I also have a stack of files here for you out of Tucson City Court. I have charges for disorderly conduct from April the 8th of this year, failing to appear on April the 22nd. Charges for shoplifting and disorderly conduct on March 19th of 2020, along with failures to appear. Charges for shoplifting and false reporting to law enforcement officers, January 25th of 2021, along with failures to appear.
Can you take a look here? Do this.
So she's.
Since you are being held on felony matters, I will appoint the City Public Defender's Office to represent you on these charges. They will withdraw when you're out of custody, probably. Your next court date's July 17th at 9 o'clock in the morning. If you're out of custody, you need to appear. If you're still in custody, your attorney will appear for you. No alcohol or illegal drugs. You need to obtain substance abuse assessment and begin recommended treatment. You're not to go to 1906 South Craycroft, 1909 South Craycroft, or 1150 North Magnolia. Thank you, Mr. Oliver. Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are?
Jason Silvera.
Mr. Silvera, an indication of a warrant here out of Pima County Superior Court. Council wish to waive reading on that.
Yes, Judge.
Will appoint public defender's office to represent you on these charges, set an arraignment date for June the 11th at 1:30 in the afternoon. And did either counsel wish to be heard on continuances?
Robert, State Your Honor.
Yes, Judge. We're asking for Mr. Sylvada's release, or in the alternative, a $1,000 bond. He is fully employed. The charges are nonviolent. He does have ties to the community. And if he were released, he would go to COPE. So we're asking for his release to pretrial or a $1,000 bond.
Bond will be $1,500. You post the bond, you'll be under the supervision of pretrial services under their enhanced supervision program, which would include behavioral health and substance abuse assessment treatment, reporting to the Sheriff's Department Identification Unit on Benson Highway within 1 business day of release. No alcohol or illegal drugs. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
I also have charges here from February the 4th of this year for criminal trespass and possession of paraphernalia. Will appoint City Public Defender's Office to represent you on these charges in light of your hold. Your next court date on this will be June the 28th at 2:30 in the afternoon. If you're in custody, it will be a non-transport review. If you're out of custody, you need to appear. Again, you're not to go back to 3128 North First. And again, substance abuse and behavioral health assessment and treatment.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, actually, I need Sylvada's file again. Looks like I missed something up for you. I need Sylvada's file back. I didn't get the misdemeanor matter. Sylvada. Please. If not, the booking should, there we go. We also have a warrant of Pima County Justice Court for shoplifting. Looks like it's alleged to have occurred on January the 18th of this year, along with failure to appear. We'll set this for hearing on January the 5th at 8:30 in the morning. He'll be released on this matter. You're not,
Judge, I'm so sorry, you said January 5th?
no, July 5th. At 8:30. I'll note the felony hold. But you're not to return to the incident location of the store. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you are?
Velasquez Daniel.
Mr. Velasquez, interim complaint charging with aggravated domestic violence, alleged to have occurred yesterday. We will appoint public defender's office to represent you on these charges, and did either counsel wish to be heard on conditions?
Not from the state, thank you.
Yes, Judge. Mr. Velasquez,
There is an APO hold, just so you're aware, counsel.
yes, Judge. So, partly because of the APO hold, we are asking for a $5,000 bond in this case, Judge. He does have lifelong ties to Tucson, and he has the probation hold, so we're asking for a $5,000 bond.
Her date's June 14th at 1:30. Bond is $15,000. Post the bond, you'll be under the Supervision of Pretrial Services Enhanced Supervision Program, which will include behavioral health and substance abuse assessment and treatment, no alcohol, illegal drugs, no acts of domestic violence. Thank you, Mr. Velasquez.
Thank you, you have a good one. Thank you.
15,000.
That is it.
That's all I've got.